Wow. Signed. Never in a million years did I think Confide would get signed. Feels like just yesterday we were in my room practicing with acoustic guitars. I never even thought 3 years ago that this band would be much more than just a hobby.
I never thought we'd actually play any more than probably 3 shows at a local venue.
I remember playing our first show at the Mosaic Cafe.
I never thought we'd actually ever put out a legit CD.
Our drummer drumming on a computer desk.
I remember getting a call from some guy, Josh Plesh, when I was like 14. He used to be in my PE class. Back then we used to call him Bubba, and he wanted me to play guitar for some band he had going on.
Meeting all the guys in the youth group, I never thought the band would play much more than just a couple birthday parties.
And I was in a band at the time, so I didn't think much of it. So I just went over there and practiced, and still didn't think much of it, but just kept going with it. And then later on, my band broke up, and I stuck with this, and look what happened.
It was like a dream come true when we got to play our first show on Sunset Boulevard.
Way before I was in the band, I went to go see Confide, played the Whiskey, and I remember sitting there watching them and being like, oh man, that would be really fun to play in that band and stuff, and it looks like we had such an amazing time.
I never thought we'd have someone move halfway across the world just to join our band.
In November 2006, I moved out here to join Confide, and things just didn't seem to be working out, and after 2 months I returned to England.
After 2 singers and 5 drummers,
I used to be in a band with Aaron called Arlita, and that's basically how I got introduced to the rest of the guys in Confide.
In May 2007, I moved back to join Confide after I totally felt God pushing me back towards America because he had unfinished work for me here.
3 years, 17 members later, we play a show. Solid members. The first show we played with our new lineup is when we met our manager, Stuart. First show back. Oh, who's there? Our future manager.
Right when I joined the band, we practiced for a few months, and right at the first show, I was told that the guys from Science were going to come and watch us.
After a few months of practicing and just 1 show back, there was a guy there called Stuart, and he's now our manager, and we have just signed to Science Records.
I had no idea that we were going to be already signing like after the first night.
The progress the band have made over the past 4 months have been absolutely amazing. They've been the most craziest months of my life.
I never thought I was going to be using the talents that God blessed me with like to such an extent as to being in a touring band, and
I never thought we'd actually go on tour.
Getting signed to a label and, you know, getting on a legit recording. So I mean, that's just like a complete dream come true in itself.
But here we are, writing a record.
I've been in bands before and we've wrote a lot of songs, but just being together for the past 2 months, we've wrote 15 songs, and it's nothing I've ever experienced before.
Crazy. Am I excited? Yes. Do I know what the future holds? No.
We're going to TK Burger and it's my favourite.